Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Marco Valdez, and recently I put up a poll on Instagram asking what video should I make next for YouTube. The option was either a drone review over the Mavic Air 2 or shooting products at home. Can you guess which one ended up winning? Actually, I shouldn't ask that because it's probably in the title down below. Anyways though, to my surprise, people wanted to see more of a behind the scenes of how I shoot products at home. So that's what we're gonna focus on today's video. And not only that, but I also need more content to post for Instagram, so this is going to help with that. And I know for sure I'm gonna shoot the Mavic Air 2. And lastly, I just picked up this brand new knife, which is pretty freaking sweet. A little scary, but sweet. All right, well, I say let's go ahead and get started. Let's kind of make our way, grab our equipment, and I'll see you guys there. Totally forgot I need to bring you guys along with me, right? Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so time to grab the equipment, and the very first thing that I will be grabbing is this giant light. Now this right here, Godox SL60W continuous light, is incredible. Use it to light up basically most of my product shots. On top of this light, I will also be using this, the Lume Cube. I think this is the newest one, I'm not sure, but it's a great piece to carry around and provides a lot of light. So those are the two lighting sources that I will be using today. Now the tough thing about this is to get to everything out of this office and take it to the place where I take pictures, which is usually the kitchen. So I will see you guys here in just a second after I carry all this craziness. So see you in a bit. Okay, so we're just about ready to get started. I've got my setup right here. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I use to take pictures of products. All right, so what you're seeing right behind me is actually the backgrounds that I use. Now that is called Replica Surfaces. It's a company that I actually found through Facebook ads, and I use it nearly for all of my product shots. Let me actually kind of give you more of a close-up look of what the backgrounds pretty much look like. Okay, so this is pretty much what I'm working with. These two backgrounds are held by this device right there. Now we got a surface, we got a background, and that's pretty much how I begin to shoot my product shots. So now, I'm actually gonna go ahead and flip it to my other camera and kind of show you the behind the scenes. I think we're gonna start with this drone first. One thing I did forget to mention is that the lens that I will be using for these product shots is actually gonna be the Canon EF 100mm macro lens. Now this guy probably is my favorite lens for shooting products because you can get nice up close, get those really detailed shots. Other than that, sometimes I'll use my 15 to 35 at 35mm, but I think for today, I'm gonna stick to this 100mm on my EOS R, so I'm gonna put the adapter on, and then we'll get started. So as I begin showing you the behind the scenes, I just kind of wanted to let you guys know that you don't need all of this fancy equipment to shoot product shots. I do have the main key light that's there on the upper left of the screen. I have the Lume Cube for additional lighting and those replica surfaces, but I promise you that you do not need this fancy equipment. I've shot without the surfaces, I have shot without the light, and I've just used natural light that's coming in through my window. I just kind of have an advantage because I have this gear laying around, so it makes life just a little bit easier for me. But now that I've kind of got that out of the way, what you're seeing me right now is basically adjust the Lume Cube, trying different things out to get different shots, different lighting, and that's what it's all about, guys, is experimenting, changing things up, because when you start moving things around, your brain and your gears get going and you get different results. Also notice as well that I am stepping further back, I am getting closer, I'm getting different types of shots, because what I like to do for my Instagram posts is I actually like to create a set of images most of the time. I like to get a nice shot kind of establishing the scene. I like to get a medium shot and then a tight shot kind of showcasing those small little details. And that's where that 100mm macro lens really helps out a ton. Now, my biggest recommendation as well whenever shooting products is to use a higher aperture. Typically when I'm shooting stuff like this, I'm doing it about aperture f8, maybe f11. But yes, use a higher aperture because it's gonna actually give you a much sharper image.
And with a 100mm macro, you're already so zoomed in that your background is already going to be so compressed and you're going to get that nice bokeh regardless. You just seen me yell right there. It was getting really hot, guys. I was actually starting to sweat. So basically at this point, I started to pack up the drone because it's so difficult to shoot whenever it was all just spread out. But anyways, here I am adjusting the lume cube again, and something that I never do is put my light source directly in front of the subject. I typically do it on the sides or even sometimes behind my subject to create more interesting lighting or shadows, never in front of the subject. Here are the shots that I got of the DJI Mavic Air 2. Alright, so now on to the next subject, which is going to be my pocket knife. Now with this one, I actually did end up switching to the RF 15 to 35mm, and the reason for that is because it's a wide angle. I could shoot super wide and then crop in later. Makes it a lot easier, trust me. Now you just also seen me flip the surface, and that's because I wanted the actual background to be the dark side of it, the slate. I wanted it to contrast with the knife. So here you'll see me as well, again, adjust the lighting, and that's because there was a glare on my surfaces, and I didn't want that glare to show up in the image, because if it did, then that just means it's more work for me in Photoshop, and I really don't want to have to do that. So anyways, again, here I am using the flip out screen to my advantage, trying to get a flat lay on that concrete surface. And honestly, I didn't really like any of the pictures that I ended up getting like that. And that's alright, and that's why I take hundreds of photos, because there's going to be plenty that I don't like, but I know there's going to be that one gem in there. Notice as well that I'm using my flip out screen. That is such an advantage, guys. If you have a flip out screen, use it, use it, use it. It is so difficult to shoot without one, and if you do not have one, I have been there. Back pain sucks. Anyways, there's me reviewing all the crappy images that I took until I finally had a moment of brilliance or genius. I really felt smart after I figured this out. So pretty much what I wanted to achieve was to have the knife kind of floating midair, and I decided to do that with floss. That's right, floss. So what I did is I basically wrapped it around this opening in the knife, and I was able to kind of dangle it in the air as I got images kind of wide. I think I was shooting somewhere around maybe 24mm, or maybe, I don't think it was 15, I think it was about 24, maybe 35, but I might be pushing it on that. But I thought that this was actually a really neat idea because I actually use this to my advantage. So I wanted the knife to pretty much kind of stand out from the background, and with me having it this far apart from that background, I was able to create some really nice bokeh and have that knife be the main attraction and remain super sharp. I also ended up getting a few shots later with it on the black background laying down, and got some really detailed shots with a macro lens. So here is the outcome of those shots.
Hey everybody, so that's going to be the end of the video, and actually I was debating for the longest time whether or not if I should upload this content, just because it was so different, and I thought filming myself would have been a lot easier, but it's actually very difficult. But you know, I decided to upload this anyways, because how else am I going to grow unless I keep posting more content? But I do appreciate each of you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to go and leave a like. If you want to see more content, make sure to subscribe. And in the comment section down below, just let me know what video you would like to see next, and it will definitely be taken into consideration. Anyways guys, I am out for the day. I'm going to finish editing this video so that way you can watch it. So all I got left for you is just to stay creative, my friends. See you next time. Dang, you get sweaty up in here.